welcome back to Maypole Farm and video number 4, and this is going to be the last one we do in August. I just want to get the corn fertilized, so we're going to run up to the store. Well, we're not going to drive up to the store in the pickup truck because realism is key, folks. We're going to buy some fertilizer, and we're going to get that field at least better, and then we might do, we're going to sleep, see where we are then, and then I might do some contracts. I've installed the, we've still got manual gears on, haven't we? Let's not forget to change gear, folks. Changing gear is good for you and your engine. I've installed the MAYPOLE contracts mod finally, so we'll see if I had a little play with it earlier and I didn't actually get any MAYPOLE contracts come up, so we'll see if we get any appear, but yeah, if not, we'll do something else instead. But I want to get that cornfield sorted, and then we're gonna get that sorted. We'll sleep because we might then be in a position to silage the corn. We need to think about turning around the field that we've harvested as well. So plenty of work to do, but also I would like to be earning some money to pay for the repairs to the truck. If you're new here, I drive on keyboard and mouse, and sometimes makes it a little bit difficult, and generally I'm just awful at driving, so there is that as well. Right, let's get out onto the main road, and you know, we're driving a left-hand drive truck in a right-hand, in a driving on the correct side of the road country, so yeah, that makes things more interesting. There are also some harvesting contracts, whether they'll still be available when we get to that point, who knows. So let's whip into the store. Our disc harrow is still being stored for us up here. I'm just going to, I don't actually remember. I want to make sure I haven't, because I've been doing bits and pieces. I want to make sure I don't have a store deliveries point set. So, but I don't seem to be able to go. It's just, I don't know, but I've forgotten the controls to make sure to reset it. So bear with me one moment, folks. Don't show up. Okay. Let's just go in the map and we'll check that way. Doesn't look like we do, so hopefully we'll be okay. Fertilizer. Couple of bags do you think? Let's hope so. Let's hope so. And what we'll do is we will park up at a 90-degree angle. If I park about here, I'll be fine. Thankfully, they leave the keys in the forklift. There is zero crime in the idyllic Maypole farm. So, yeah. We can just start her up and we'll be good. And we pick up 2 bags of fur with the forklift, and will it get high enough to put it into the pickup truck? These are all questions that need to be answered, and we will answer them here today. I'm just thinking actually that we probably want to do them one at a time anyway, because we might not be able to get them right in the back of the truck. So let's do that. Come on, there we go. Yeah, this should just about get high enough. Just about be high enough, I think. Yep, but we certainly aren't going to be dropping them over the back of the bed. So have to talk to them, see whether they've got a telehandler available in the future, maybe, for loading up. We've got a telehandler out the back, which would make this a little bit easier. Other than the forklift. I don't know. But forklift, not ideal for this. See if we can just improve that a little bit, shall we? Not the ideal tool for loading up the old pickup. If we just send it a little bit. Look away, folks. Look away. That'll do her. That'll do. Yeah, we'll maybe see if they've got a telehandler available if we need to do this kind of thing in the future. I'm not sure why we run so quickly still. Anyway, fling some straps over, shut the back up, and get back to the farm, and hopefully we can make 2,000 litres of fert work across that field. We'll swap the wheels over on the tractor. And yeah, so if you hadn't guessed, because I don't think I've mentioned it, and the fact that there's been 4 videos already, kind of enjoying the game. Kind of. So, if you are a fan of either ATS or Schedule 1, they will be coming back. I'm just focusing on this and Timberborn at the moment because why not? Why not? But yeah, they'll be coming back soon, TM, but I just wanted to get a bit of a run on the new Farming Simulator series, so yeah. And I'm hoping, so I was really trying to brake before turning, because I think there's a real risk that we will end up on our side. Hoping that some of those mobile missions turn up and that we can get ourselves a few spare mown bales. So that will really help with the feed situation and mean we can get cows quicker, which is the whole point of this. So, and that's why I'm not sleeping yet, because I'm a little bit optimistic that maybe corn will be ready next month. Not entirely sure on that, but grab a gear, grab a better gear ratio. Put the wheels out. Otherwise, crop destruction is gonna hurt. I almost pressed replace tires. That is going to hurt a bit when we get to that point. So, oh, okay. Yeah, if we want narrows, we need to pick a narrow tire, I guess. Don't like that. Don't like that. So far. Yeah, I'm not sure what counts as narrows. Okay, I've been through and I've picked what I think is the narrowest setup, which I think might be what we had already, because it doesn't give us an option to customize, which is kind of weird. So, confused.com. In the interests of my sanity for now, I am going to turn off crop destruction. Just because I can't be bothered at this time in the evening today to be going backwards and forwards with that. So, yeah. Those look like the narrowest option that was available to us. So, and remember, ignore the bale wrapper. It's not there. Okay? There is no bale wrapper. Oh, also, because I've removed the round baler as a mod because it had issues, we lost the bale associated with it. It would appear, because it would appear it was using custom bales. So, yeah, that's the thing. That appeared to happen. So let's grab the fert spreader. I'm just thinking that we only have the bale spike. So I think we will just use magic to fill the tractor or the fert spreader until we get big bag lift up or forks at the farm. It's not been long. It's been a hot day today. So yeah, that's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. We will come in to the field. Yeah. Get ourselves set up to fertilize this field, and I'm wondering if we are just going to quickly hammer through this fert that we've got in here. If we do, I might do a trip to the farm to take the tractor to the garage to refill it. That might be quicker. We'll see, but we need to do as much as we can to improve the yield of this corn. So yeah, we'll do what we need to do. Do what we need to do. And come on, kind of looking forward to getting in the forage harvester on here. That'll be good fun. I'm gonna leave that little bit because we probably can't afford to spend the fertilizer. We've used 500 litres already, so yeah. Probably should have let the tractor stop when it did. This time, go. Not quite used half, and I guess we've maybe covered half the field, so we should be okay. Should get this done, which is good. Nice quick job. So we should be able to get into some contracting, which will be good stuff. I am going to sleep once we've done this job. Forget to see if the corn's going to be ready. I'm also going to massively reduce the working width. reduce the spread rate. There we go. Brilliant. Or the application rate, I guess it is, rather than the spread rate. That will have done good things to the yield that we're going to get off of this field. I think the pH is still pretty bad, but at the very least, we are now looking at a 85% yield, which is better than it would have been. Which is all you can ask for, really, isn't it? Better than it would have been. The soybeans we can just leave with their awful nitrogen level. So let's sleep and see what the morning brings in terms of opportunities and challenges. And brokenness, maybe. It's going to be $8,000 for the loan payment. We should then get onto our 2-day months. $5,000 and rain. Lovely. So thank you very much. Again, no thank you very much. We do have a sorghum harvesting contract. That might be interesting. No MAYPOLE jobs. A little bit of grass teddy. Could be interesting. But we can clear the contracts and we can get new ones. So, we could go do the cultivating contract. We've got our own equipment to do that. There's the sorghum contract. There's a potato. That might be sensible, actually. We could get some potatoes lifted. Smaller potato contract. Still need to deliver 100,000 litres. Actually, that's quite a lot, isn't it? Mowing, spraying, wood transporting. I don't really fancy doing 100,000 litres of potatoes right across the map today, to be completely honest with you. Wow, that's some weather. We should get our grain in the shed. Not even got a cover over it. Poor Caleb would be crying, wouldn't he? Get that tipped in the shed. Get to combine emptied. And we'll check on the corn. And gonna tip. Oh, that was the wrong button to press. Going to tip the corn. Tip the corn. Tip the wheat. Check the corn. If it is ready to forage, I don't plan to forage it today because I would probably fall asleep at the wheel. I just finished a little while ago, before dinner, finished recording a Timberborn video, and I said in that if you watch the Timberborn videos, in the 12th Timberborn video, I actually did stop and have a little bit of a snooze partway through recording that one. Because boy, have I been tired lately. And this morning, I woke up at 4:30, moderately intentionally this time, because it was forecast to hit 30-ish degrees here today. There's a real temperature, Pete, not your fake put things on hot surfaces out in the sun temperature. And I had a 24-mile run planned, and I wanted to get out and back before the weather got stupid. But I seem to have injured my foot at some point and woke up with quite a lot of pain in my foot, so was sensible and very frustrated and didn't go for my run. So, but yeah, I finished recording a Timberborn video earlier and was saying in the 12th video I ended up falling asleep, but I'm feeling the 4:30 wake up call, so I think we need to go one more growth state on that to be forage ready. So supposedly have sunshine. So we could either, and what I haven't done is thought about what we're doing planting wise. We might go oats, which means planting in the spring. We go barley, and we could plant them soon. So my thoughts at the moment are probably that we split field 19. So we might just plant it all as grass. Field 16, I think we're going to do as corn next year, which means field 18 will be our grain crop, so we can't plant that yet, obviously. So I wonder if we do something like the new contracts button a few times. There's a lot of harvesting contracts. What have we got? Might take one of those spot contracts to do off camera when I don't have to be conscious. But I think I quite like the idea of the sorghum harvesting on field 117. Once this weather clears up, which it should have. But I'll see you up at field 117. Well, the rain has finally stopped. The farmer had everything delivered up to the store for us. It's all a bit snug. But something that I have realised is we're going to get to see how tramlines affect harvesting contracts. So that'll be fun, because I think this is the first harvesting contract I've done with precision farming. So, yep. Oh, dog drink inbound. So while he was doing that, I've got GPS set up. So I've gone for 2 headlands, so see how that does us. It's kind of nice to start to see other bits of the map, and we've not got too long a journey to get to the delivery point, which is quite nice. I think I was talking in I can't remember which other video it was, but one of the reasons that I quite like smaller maps is I'm not a fan of massive carting journeys, but equally it is nice to see other bits of a map. So yeah, I'm not going to whinge too much, because it will be nice to see a little bit more of this map. Like is that one of the other farms? Yeah, not sure which one it is, but there are quite a few farms on this map. If you're not familiar with Maypole Farm, one of the cool things with this map is that it was predominantly built by Cavalier Roy for multiplayer. He tends to do a fair bit of multiplayer with his friends, and that means that actually quite a few of his maps are set up to be, with the farms to be relatively well balanced, or to enable them to be relatively well balanced. I think Maypole is quite a good example of that from what I remember. There are some smaller farms, so if my memory serves me correctly, Here is a little contractor yard, which we used when I played on this map in FS22. It was the contractor yard for DS Agri, which was how I did the multiplayer stuff with the patrons back then. Yeah, it's a nice little yard. It's got plenty of sheds, it's got a silo, and it's pretty cheap. So if you just want a small starter yard and you're not doing animals, that's absolutely perfect. How much we have to deliver on this job. 4,500 litres, so not too much. Which is quite nice, because it'll be a nice, easy little job to get done. It's a weird crop to harvest. Yeah. I must remember to do a thumbnail at some point. I need to install the... Did I add it in? No. No, didn't add in the thumbnail taking mod that I like to use by Modelizer. Well, GPS back on. Yeah, so... Still having a lot of fun playing the game. As I said, I've paused the 2 new games for a bit so that we can focus on this. Not really. It gets dove back into watching others play at the moment. I'm still very... I say very. I've not watched a lot of anything lately. Reflects my tired mind. I think I've been rewatching the Grand Tour stuff because it doesn't require thought. Rewatching some old LTT videos with the departure of one of my favourite hosts. I think I mentioned that Alex from LTT had created a car-based channel with Andy, one of the camera operators, and they have both since left LTT, potentially under controversial circumstances, based on rumour. So, and reading some YouTube comments on some videos, but don't believe everything you read on the internet. But yeah, so because I really enjoyed the mostly janky PC engineering-y stuff that Alex did, I was rewatching some of those, reminiscing. As you guys know, change is bad, and that means change for those type of videos. So yeah. Or maybe them not doing those kinds of videos because they don't have another host who's particularly good at that kind of thing that I'm aware of. So anyway, that's maybe a bit special interest for a bunch of you that have tuned in to watch farming content. So but we watched all of Clarkson's farm over a couple of weekends because we were behind, and I did see Mr. CDP had been over to visit Tom Pemberton on his Facebook page recently, but I find I kind of lost interest in watching Tom Pemberton a while ago, not for any particular reason, just kind of lost interest in watching it. I completely lost interest in Ollie blogs a long time ago. way before he started getting all political. Nothing to the point where I told YouTube to stop even recommending me his videos. I still get recommendations for Joe Seal stuff, but just not really got my interest at the moment. Any person whose stuff that I still look at, and it's because he posts on Instagram, and it's an easy Instagram scroll, is Y Farms. Y Farms. It is Y Farms, I think. The Alistair Hunter Blair of he was on one of the regular TV farming shows, and I'll because it's on Instagram, I tend to see that as I'm scrolling, and yeah, I like his stuff. He's got a bit of a sense of humour, and generally keeps stuff pretty light, which is what I like at the moment. So yeah. FarmCon's coming up soonish. I only know that because of discussions of it on Discord. I'm not going, obviously. Well, maybe not obviously. Traveling abroad for stuff like that doesn't really work for me. So, for many reasons, not just 2 reasons this time, many reasons. So, yep, no FarmCon for me. I haven't seen, but it would be really nice if they went back to streaming stuff, apart from the fact that I think most of it's in German, so less useful for someone like me, being a Brit and monolingual. And chatting to, I think it was when I was chatting to Kartek way back at Llama, where most of it is in German. I think it kind of limits the benefit for Brits apart from the social aspect. And you guys know me, so yeah. It limits the benefit. Particularly where I kind of went a bit stale on FS. It's a big trip for something that I wasn't particularly enjoying at the time. So, yeah. Anywho, what else have I been? I've been playing. I'm still playing Hyperfixations and all that. Again, if you know, you know. A lot of automation. And the crazy thing is, if you don't know, automation is a game which lets you design and build cars to quite a high level of detail, with like 3D modeling them and doing, like you design the engines and all that kind of thing. And I'm on the engine design because that doesn't require talent and battling their object placement system. And it's really the object placement system that puts me off of making nice looking cars. But there's a campaign mode which is mostly playing spreadsheets, and God, I'm addicted to that so badly, so badly. I've almost completed my world domination with my car empire on there. So they have, as you would imagine, maybe not, maybe you've never imagined a game like that, but there's lots of different car markets. Some of you will have imagined car markets, but anyway, there's lots of different niches that you're trying to sell cars into, and I've just about completed the fact that I'm selling into every niche and doing relatively well. A few £billion in the bank, that kind of thing. So yeah, and just having a good old time, but completely incapable of designing a nice looking car. But I can design a car that looks darn good in a spreadsheet most of the time. Which might not surprise some of you. I'm not bad at my spreadsheets. That's basically a game that's a spreadsheet. So yeah, Actually quite bad, because some evenings it gets to the kind of point where I should be switching the computer off, gets past that point and to the point where I should be going to bed, and it's like, I just want to sort one more thing, just one more go please, kind of thing. And yeah, that'll turn into me going to bed an hour or so later than I should. And on school nights, that's bad, particularly as work has been stressful lately. So yeah, combining stressful work with a hyper focus on a new video game that keeps me awake way longer than it should, is not good for one's energy levels and things. So yeah, means I've also been consuming way more caffeine than I should. If you would like to consume healthy levels of caffeine that tastes rather good, then I would recommend you check out Wraith Energy. There is a link down below. In doing so, you help me out a tiny bit. Yeah, give them a look. They've just reworked all of their formulas with a new taste and texture. And the one that I've tried is really good. So I'm still working through previous version, but had some samples of the new formula, and it's really good. So yeah, maybe give them a look. At the very least, give the link a click, and you'll help me out a little bit even by doing that. I'm gonna grab the case and empty the combine very quickly, just because I'm not sure we're gonna get another full run down the field. There was a time when I would have known how much this trailer holds, and therefore whether we would get everything in it. But you know, there's also been a massive period of not being interested in this freaking game, so I need to relearn a lot of things, one of which is things like that. So it'll all slowly refill my brain in a lovely way, but it'll take a little bit. So we need another 6,000 litres to deliver, and then who knows, we might, I've got it set so that we can clear field, so in theory we'll get a little bit for ourselves as well, treat ourselves to something nice, or feed it to the cows when we get them, one or the other. I do need, as I said, to remember to grab an thumbnail, so let's do that before I forget. Yeah, but this is going rather swimmingly. It'll pay for a chunk of the loan. Given where we are with jobs, I'll probably, and that means possibly, maybe not, depends on which way the wind blows and all that kind of thing. I might do a couple more contracts between videos, get ourselves a bit of cash in the bank. We should check the sales actually as well, shouldn't we? See if there's anything useful that we need in there. They keep throwing those 2 tracks at us. It's actually the same 2 tracks, I think, but you know, let's just keep blaming them for that problem. I'm predominantly looking for anything animal related at this point. We can save some cash on like a nice TMR mixer. That'd be pretty good. That kind of thing, you know. 3 more rows. To the store. We were about there, weren't we? Yeah. Okay, no, nothing particularly useful that we desperately need. No. I'm not going to get a huge amount of excess by the looks of things, which maybe suggests that the tramline issue is not hugely resolved because we need 6,000 more litres to deliver. Whether we're going to get 2,000 litres off of 2 rows, I'm not sure. If we come up short, then I'm going to dev controls what we're missing at least so that we can finish the contract. If that offends you, well, tough. But I'm not doing all of the work and not getting paid. The farmer can shove it where the sun don't shine. We might be right on the limit. Looks like we should get there. Okay, I'll let him off. There is less shoving of things in places that are dark. So it looks like we should get there, but we're only going to have a tiny amount extra, so I might just sell the extra. Rather than faff about with getting it back to the farm for like 800 litres or whatever it's going to be. Excuse me. Sorry about that, folks. Did I mention the waking up stupidly early? And it is really rather warm. Did I mention the weather? I'm not sure if I did. I'm just grateful my head's not. Can't think of the right word, but hurting like a mother fudger. There we go. Yeah, I think we'll just throw this in the trailer and go sell it all. I think that's my plan. So in there, up the road past there, yep. Yeah, I'm not worried about keeping 700 litres. Not worth it. Let's go empty. Then we can write empty on the side of the combine because it's empty. Yeah? Just me. Okay, just me. So we should have just over 24,000 litres. Go on the map. Tag that. Just so we see where we're going. There it is, 1,300 feet away. Right, let's give her. No gear changes to worry about this time. Kind of nice. Yeah, 700 litres is not worth faffing about for. I do not believe. So cool being back on these. Oh, crash. I'd say it's so cool being back on these familiar roads. Roads that I know so well. That we crash a lot, I think, because I've got a feeling the dairies up here. The trees have grown a lot. Trees have grown rather. There it is. There's the dairy. Yeah. Fond memories. I believe back in my day, when we were up here before, the dairies had a bit of a rebuild. There was, oh, there is a sell point here still. So there was a sell point here before. What is it? That's a carpentry now. Okay. So there was a forage dealer up here before. So obviously they've diversified. Maybe the forage dealer went bust. Who knows? Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. we are headed past it. Did. Oops. Too busy gas bagging. Too busy gas bagging. Might actually be better to turn around in there, I think. Restore. Close. Ah, okay. I managed to tag the carpentry when we're actually headed here. Okay. Now I've really confused myself. Don't mind me, folks. Don't mind me. Everything's under control. Nice big car park to turn around in. Not that we will be turning around. What we might do, actually, is deliver this. Nice. 200 quid. And we've got a bit of a discount with Noah, field owner. I'm going to head round to our old yard. Just see what it's like now. Just for old time's sake. And we will end the video there. That's the pig farm, I believe, or it was back in the day, a pig farm. Up around here, and then on the left was the old DS Agri yard. We'll give this a little look. Been a while since we were here last. See if the new owners have made any significant changes in the time we were gone. It doesn't look like it. No, looks just like home. Yep. Yeah, so this is a really nice little yard if you're getting started. So it's only about 30 grand and loads of shed space if you wanted to do a bit of contracting. Anyway, that's it for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, click the like button. Thank you to the patrons and the YouTube channel members, and I will see you again very soon. Oh, we should claim the contract. And I'll have to walk back. Nice. See ya.